Today is day 25. By the title of this video, we're going to be interviewing somebody. That person is Alex Hormozi. He's one of my biggest inspirations, and I learned a lot from him. So he should actually be here any second now. I don't. What the hell is that noise, bruh? Y'all hearing that? What the hell is that, bruh? Oh shit! No way, it's Alex Hormozi, guys. What the hell? Can I get sued for this? I hope not. If he sues me, low key, like he's not gonna sue me, bro. All right, in today's video, day 25, I want to talk about. Well, I want to talk with Alex Hormozi about why you or anybody watching this video or anybody that's trying to level up isn't quite successful yet, and we're gonna try and break it down. And I'm not talking about like just billionaires. I'm talking about like the basic ass shit, like people that just don't have their life together or need help getting their bag up. We're gonna have Alex Hormozi help us do that today.
They're afraid of not getting validated, or they're afraid of judgment that they perceive from other people that exist or don't exist in their lives. They have this second.
Because I swear that people think that success is magic, but it's literally not. And I'm kind of living proof of that, and somebody that you guys trust a lot more is definitely living proof of that. Everybody thinks that it's like the perfect routine, the right app, the right, I don't even know, but no, you don't. What you actually need is just a spine and discipline. So let's get into it.
You aren't where you want to be in life because you can't withstand the hard times and hard things that happen to you, and it takes you too long to recover. You fall too far when it happens, and then finally when you do recover, you're worse than you were when you started.
Okay, a lot of people think that they're working really hard, but they confuse activity with real progress. What do I mean by that? Posting when you feel like it isn't actually real progress. Planning for 6 hours, doing a little to-do list, setting goals, whatever it is, that is not actually any progress. It's close, but it's not actually doing anything. Buying a notebook or whatever, like you think, oh my god, I'm working towards my goals, I'm writing it down, I'm talking about it to my friends, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start this, that's not progress. That's you just basically giving yourself dopamine before you even do anything. But in reality, they only do anything when they feel motivated to do so. And if you expect anything to change soon, just by doing things when you feel motivated, you're not gonna have anything happen anytime soon.
This one is so unsexy, and because it's so unsexy, no one does it, which is why you make so much money doing this. Prep for 5 minutes before the call, looking up stuff about the person or the business. You would be amazed at how much of a genius you look like with 5 minutes of prep. People are like, wow, this guy really did his homework. And it's not because you really did that much homework. It's just because everyone else is so lazy that any level of effort looks amazing.
All right, Alex, can we talk about why most people feel stuck? Why do I feel like that he was kind of saying that towards me? But he's low-key right. Can you expand on that? Like, what do you exactly mean? Everybody wants the result. Nobody wants to put in the work necessary to achieve that result. Nobody's willing to go through the shit. Success isn't complicated. It's repetition. It's boring. It's doing the same thing over and over and over and be over again until everybody else quits. That's the only difference between winning and losing. Boring work builds interesting lives.
I've ever encountered has gone through not a month or a year, but many years of doing work without reward, where they have to do things that other people find boring, and boring is what makes you rich. Just getting it done will make you significantly more money than not getting it done.
Most people underestimate how long success is actually going to take. They try something for 6 days, maybe 6 weeks, maybe even 6 months, and when life doesn't hand them the thing that they want, they fold like a lawn chair and they just give up. But they don't realize that anybody that's actually successful probably was in the business for years. Like if you look at McDonald's, they've been around since like what, the 1900s? Look at Amazon, where it started, how long it actually took them to get to where they are now. Yeah, your dreams are not Amazon Prime. It's not next day delivery. Most people fail because they underestimate the boring years or how long it's actually going to take. And me personally, I'm in the boring years. Couple years. I would say I'm in like the, I don't know, three boring years, give or take. I've had a lot of success, but like I don't think I am where I want to be. Let me expose myself really quick. A couple years ago when I started, I thought that I was working hard. I was doing a to-do list. I was half achieving it, you know, getting my meals in, going to the gym, whatever it was. But then at the end of the day, or even throughout the day, I would just like, oh, let me take a 2-hour break. I don't know, play some video games. Let me go and watch some show. Let me go and do this. And I would be wasting like 4, 6, maybe 7 hours a day doing meaningless things. Yeah, maybe I was putting in like 6, 8 hours of work a day towards my goals. But in reality, that's really not enough. Like, first of all, eating and going to the gym shouldn't even be part of the work. That's just a daily thing that you're supposed to be doing. So in reality, I was putting in like maybe what, 4 or 5 hours of actual work. And then it's like you get distracted, oh, and this and that, and you're actually not really locked in. And yeah, whatever. I wasn't as productive as I thought it was. And a lot of you are probably in the same situation. I was busy on paper because I was writing everything down, and oh, I'm going to the gym, I'm eating my meals at this time period. Then it looked like I had a 12-hour workday, but in reality, I wasn't being as productive as I thought I was, right? Since you seem to know everything, what is the real blueprint? How do people actually get successful?
Figure out what you want.
ignore the opinions of others, and do so much volume that it would be unreasonable that you would be unsuccessful.
Oh, that's it. So even it's just more volume.
The schedule that I like to run, if you are starting out, is I split the day into 3 chunks, all right? And it's all 4-hour chunks. And if you're like, that's 12 hours a day, Alex, sure, you can always just do less and take longer to get to your goals. That's your prerogative.
Nice. So just work more. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, lately, for the past couple, even during the challenge, I feel like I've gone to the point where I'm working 10 to 12 hours a day on top of just like gym and whatever. But I still have days where, okay, well, I don't know if Alex Hormozi is gonna yell at me for this, but some days giving 100% is more like a 40% on a 100% day, but it's 100% of your 40% day. You know what I'm saying? So like some days you're not at 100, but if you can give 100, I think that is what matters. And I try and do that to the best of my ability every single day. And yeah, I think that's all you can do. You just can't be hard on yourself, and you just keep going and you try and do better the next day. But anyway, that's it. Seems a little too simple, but that's the truth. Be able to put in more work than anybody for a longer period of time than anybody could and than anybody else could. Just basically don't quit and work as hard as possible. So, and just because you think you're being productive and it seems like you're doing a lot of things doesn't necessarily mean that you're doing a lot of things. For example, like for me, some days would be like wake up and then I'd go on a 30-minute walk, and then I'd go and read for 30 minutes, and then I would do like meditation and getting in the right headspace and doing a cold plunge and sauna and steam room, and then getting to the work. And now I just wasted like 2 to 3 hours of my energy doing things that are not actually productive or actually count towards my work. And you need to realize that those things, yeah, they're whatever, they're a cool system or whatever you want to call it, routine, but they don't actually go towards your goals. Yeah, maybe like, I don't know.
Simple scales, fancy fails. That's one of our little internal isms. And so like, in order to have a sales system, the reason we delete so much is because we can only pay attention to a handful of things, like just from the attention of the team, the attention of the manager. And so we just want to make sure that the things that we are focusing on that everyone does always, all the time, every day, are the things that matter.
Simplicity scales and fancy fails. Yeah, lately, I've been just waking up, popping one of these bad boys right here, popping in a neuro gum, some caffeine gum, whatever it is that I need that day, and just get straight to work. No more walking, no more meditating, no more reading, no more cold plunges, and do this entire 3-4 hour morning routine for me to be able to get into work. Just wake up, take a shower, get to work. That's it. You don't realize how much time you're wasting doing all of these unnecessary things, all these things that these billionaire morning routines are telling you to do. These random routines are not going to put more money on the table. They're not going to actually get you towards your money goals, or like, for example, how I have the $1 million in 67 days. Yeah, they're cool and they look cool on paper, but they don't actually do anything for you. Simplicity scales. Just get the work done, and then you'll also realize that you're wasting so much energy doing those things that you don't have as much energy doing the things that you actually need to be doing. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, anyway, let's keep going. You want to know the real reason why you're not successful yet? You don't have a skill problem, you don't have a talent problem, you don't have a luck problem, you just simply have a discipline problem. And maybe like, because you can be disciplined but in the wrong areas, right? You just need to make sure that you're disciplined in the right areas. If you don't sacrifice for your goals become the sacrifice. That is fire. All right, look, success isn't easy. It's not sexy. It isn't fast. It isn't aesthetic. It's simply repetition, sacrifice, boredom, and discipline. And just never fucking quitting. Shit's hard. I'm on day 26 right now. What is this? Day 25. It's Thanksgiving, the next whatever. And I'm filming content ahead of time to whatever. It's, yeah, you just gotta do what you gotta do. I'm gonna take like a little break for Thanksgiving, but other than that, we can't be taking any breaks. I've been working Sundays, Saturdays, whatever it is. Yeah, maybe it's not as deep work or as much work, but I'm still like, okay, if I know I need to do a little bit that day, I'm willing to take that sacrifice, even if I have a day off. Like for me, Sundays are completely days off. But if it's like, oh, I know I need to post some clips, I'll go. If it's not gonna be like 4 or 5 clips, but I'll go edit 2 for each account, and then I'll post those up. It's a sacrifice. Are you willing to make the sacrifices? Are you willing to be disciplined? But every boring day is a brick, and one day the brick becomes a wall, and one day that wall becomes a foundation, and one day the foundation becomes a life that you are proud of. Wasn't that a bar, right? That was a bar, right?
If you don't have the life you want, you can change one of 6 things. Stick to anything daily for an entire year. Move cities. Upgrade romantic partners. Eliminate drinking and drugs. Say no to shiny objects, anything that's not what you're currently working on. And you can go to bed every day at 9 p.m. If you don't like where you're at, just try one.
Well, that was the interview with Alex Hormozi and why you're not successful. Outwork everybody and do more volume towards the things that actually matter than anybody else is willing to do. That is the only edge that you have. It's time and what you do with it, and being very disciplined with your time.